Hi guys, so welcome to another session. We are using ourselves as a case study, the Sunkwans. So I'm Afariwa'sWorld, and this is my bald-headed husband. Kevin Sunkwa.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh, say something.
Yeah, welcome guys, welcome. And,
today's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
You know, like we're talking about, expectations in marriage.
Mm-hmm.
We have established the fact that before you meet somebody and want to consider, marriage, you should, have a friendly relationship before, any other thing. But, going into marriage itself, what are some of the things to expect, or what are some of the things that, will come across your way as you journey on? So I'm going to start with you, honey.
Yes.
What are some of the things to expect, on this journey of marriage?
So my take on that is that marriage is like a trade.
Right.
All right. So you give me something, and then I receive something. So it's like both male, female. That's what we do. We exchange energy. So it's very important that we understand this, and it all boils down to the communication that we have with our spouses. It's like, hey, if I give you love, what you gonna give me back? If I cook for you, what you gonna give me back? So this is what we have to have in mind, and it's very important because in the relationship, I personally, as a man, as me, I want my woman not to have, the PhDs and the too much of, I know these books, I've read 200 books, I've been
so
to
like
this.
your wife shouldn't be an academician.
She can, but it's not necessarily what I'm looking for in her. It's not necessarily what I'm looking for. She can.
So let's just use myself as a case study.
All right.
So I'm a graduate at the University of Professional Studies, Accra. Did it make any sense to you?
No.
It didn't?
No, not really. It
didn't make you feel, oh, okay, at least she's level-headed in a way.
Yeah, I think that
compared to if I had not gone, that's my highest education.
All right.
I haven't had my master's yet and all that.
All right.
That's my highest form of education.
All right.
And you say that it doesn't, it's not really necessary. But you didn't even tell me that. Like, this is the first time that it was a mega. You never told me this.
No, but it shows. If I was really interested in your degree or your highest degree, I'll be like, I'll be a little bit like selling you off to my friends. I'm like, yo, my wife is a PhD, my wife is a holder, my wife has a master degree in this, like I'll be like, because I want everybody to know that I married her for this purpose.
So what was the purpose? Now that's the question.
Wow, that's a tough one. The purpose is that like we spoke about mastering ourselves, so the male energy and the female energy. So my female energy that is within me, I needed someone to nurture that. I needed you to come into my life to nurture that female energy that has been dormant for so long. So when I see you, though I'm expecting some principles, I need some principles from you that is gonna that I'm gonna like hold as value. Like, okay, if she come, is she a proper how good can you communicate? Are you somebody that can hold a conversation for long? Are you somebody that has a lot of respect for yourself? Do you know how to cook? Do you know how to nurture? As a mother, can you take care of my children? So I'm looking at all these principles, which are the basic for me, and then like the plus, I would say that if she's a good writer, she's a she has some.
So you mentioned that the bits of academics doesn't really matter, but if you say that you want somebody who taking the words from your mouth,
all right,
you want somebody who is able to write. If the person hasn't had academic, some sort of education, then how do you expect this to be?
That's a good question. We're living in the 21st century.
Right.
You must have some bit of education,
right.
But that is not to say that I'm marrying you because of your educational background.
Yeah.
So for in your case, when your standard is like really high.
Oh no.
When I came to Ghana, I seen your pictures and your posters,
small.
Small.
Those big people there, though.
You're a celebrity.
No, I'm not a celebrity.
Let me spoil you, Kakra.
No, don't spoil me like Charlie.
You're a celebrity.
No. See, let's just keep it normal to the family here. It's small because if you I'm popular. Let's just say I'm not a celebrity.
Okay, you're popular.
No, because you see, if you're looking out for the definition of a celebrity, then I really come closer.
All right.
So let's just say that at the point that you heard about me, I was popular.
All right.
Let's not also forget that we were not, cool friends. Okay. Like
you had bigger
in the beginning of this conversation, we said that you're supposed to establish a relationship, a friendly relationship, of course, with your partner before it even, graduates into marriage.
Marriage, okay.
You and I, were not the best of friends. So
we will talk about that in another video.
Okay, well, then you have Mr. Soka is going to talk about
how it all happened
later, how it all happened, but not to also drift from what we are saying, then it means that you are expecting somebody who is a bit knowledgeable, but not an academician, if we can put it that way, because there are a lot of women who are chasing their dream. I'm done with my first degree. I have to push ahead. Second, that's not to say that it's wrong, it's not wrong at all. But if you meet somebody who says that, I love you, it's not about, the highest heights of education that you receive. Because no matter what, even if you're a PhD student, there are certain basics that you should have. If you don't have that as a woman, then you don't qualify, in the books of the man who is coming your way. I think that is what we're talking about.
Yeah, sure,
cool.
sure.
So are there any other things to expect? If you ask me, I don't know if you
I was just going to
right. So if my kind of expectation was I was living in Ghana then, and then you have had 20 years in Europe. In Europe, you have spent 20 years in Europe, and even the time that you decided to come to Ghana was just like a month stay.
Random, like let's just go for a visit.
Exactly. So then, my idea or my kind of expectation in this marriage was, I was expecting you to come for me very early from Ghana.
All right. Like you in terms of paperwork,
yes,
like documentations,
because you see, you have had somebody who is popular, and you have had a big ceremony, and afterwards you're just going to be there, and I am also somewhere else, and
I didn't even want that.
Exactly.
I want you to be here as soon as possible.
Right.
So because I don't like those long term, long distance relationship, and it's like, my wife is gonna come for a visit. She's coming next month. No, I don't want that.
So for me, I really expected him to do the needful so that things happen. But also, some of these things can go wrong, because we also have heard of a lot of people being married and their spouses are overseas, and the needed requirements are not met, and so they are not able to join their spouses. So for me, that was my very first expectation. And moving forward from that, coming to settle in, I was just thinking that whatever system that I was in Ghana, and experiencing. That's almost this, like, you know, it will be lame to think that it's the same, but you just want to know that there are some similarities. But true. Even those similarities was a no. I had to come to experience it, that it's totally different. Yeah. And so one advice that I can just give is that we should, you know, minimize our expectations as much as possible, because in life, in the journey of marriage, if you have high expectations, trust me, you're going to be disappointed.
What was some of the expectations that you had in mind? Just like your full imagination, like what were you thinking? Like, okay, I'm gonna go to Europe with this guy that just got married to me, and I'm gonna settle in with him. What were you thinking?
Right. So when it comes to that, I was just thinking we're just going to have a smooth transitioning.
You mean from like what the relationship we built from Ghana?
From Ghana here, because even in Ghana we had our hiccups. You know, like. It was terrible. Communication was bad. Yeah. You wanted something different. I wanted something different. Yeah. I didn't even have the time, you know, to properly, you know, run the relationship, as it were. And that was the early stages, because we were having some fights, you know. There were so many misunderstandings.
Different mentality.
Yes. And so you have come... you know, thinking that everything is just chill, but I am in the system where it's hot. It's not chill, you know. So you expecting me to chill, you know, is a no. And so coming in, I was just thinking that, you know, it's just going to be a smooth transition, you know. If how you come to Ghana, you feel it's chill, then it means here is chill. Does that make sense?
Here is hot, and I chill in Ghana.
Exactly. But you see, I didn't know that. Yeah, and so when you also come to Ghana, you're going to chill, but in Ghana, it's hot. Does it make sense?
It's hot for you, but it's chill for me.
Good. And so coming here, what you were, you know, letting me know. Yeah. That you came there only to chill. So I draw like, let's chill together. But this is me in my own system that is hot. You get it? But I didn't understand that you coming down to Ghana, you just wanted
to like relax,
release the tension here. Yeah. There wasn't a moment that we ever communicated that.
No, not really.
Good. And so when I came here, I was just expecting things to be, you know, like...
All right.
That doesn't make sense.
All right.
Because we also have an image, you know, in Africa. In this case, Ghana, because we're from Ghana. We have this mentality in Ghana that, you know, people in Europe, you know, things are very well. Things are calm. Because when you even came, you didn't, you know, like make us feel that, you know, there's tension, there's stress, you get it. Yeah, maybe we didn't have that kind of conversation in Europe, the European conversation back home.
You wouldn't understand.
Exactly. Exactly. So you see, the person that feels that he is in, if he wants to tell us, he feels that we will not understand, and so he will not even dare talk about
it. Because
I
also had in mind that I was going to bring you.
Right.
So I was like, okay, you know, instead of like, you know, making a whole conversation out of it,
you'd rather come and experience
because you were coming, and I knew that, okay, when you come, you know, like when you arrive here,
right,
you know, there were like, you know, multiple times that I had to sit you down, like, okay, this is how this functions,
right,
so this is that, you know, these are the kind of things that, and you learn it with time.
Yeah.
So, you know, but let me ask you this, you know, like in the relationship, what in Europe, you know, like you coming from or transitioning from Ghana to Europe, what were these core values that you were thinking, or the expectation that you were thinking, okay, you know, this is what I'm gonna get out of the marriage. Like this is what I'm expecting him to do in terms of because I was in my home chilling, and you came and, you know, took me from my home and bring me to another home. Right. So what are the expectations?
Right. You know? See, even in marriage, like I've always said, growing up in Ghana, we are just taught or we're just prepared towards marriage. But you see, there are certain things that we still miss out. And so if you say that I was in my home and you picked me, at that time I was just single. Okay, now I am double. No matter no matter how hard our parents will teach or impact on us that, oh, you know, get ready for marriage, you know, you have somebody living with you. It's just the theory. The practicals come in when, you know, the reality, when the ceremony is over and everything, and you know that okay, this is what
the
my
dream
parents,
state is over now.
Exactly,
the reality
is just hitting you. See, so expecting, I was just expecting you to make me comfortable.
Okay.
Because regardless of how hard I was working,
how comfortable?
Just hold on. Regardless of how hard I was working in Ghana, if I go to my room, I'm just comfortable. Okay,
I can relax.
Yeah, you know.
But like in terms of what? Like in terms of money, in terms of love, in
like
terms
I said,
of
so
like...
even if I was working, the little that I could get, I was comfortable with that. Okay, but and so I am expecting you, if I'm getting 100 euros every month. Okay, I am expecting that once I come here, I should be able to still make that 100 euros
every month.
That is comfortable for me in terms of financial, you know, financial comfort, you know, emotional comfort. I think even as early as that, I wasn't even thinking about emotional comfort. I felt that I needed something, but I had not laid my hands on it to say that, okay, this is what I am expecting from him. That does that make sense? And
that triggers another thought, you know, because it's like, you know, can I say that, you know, you were ready for marriage but not ready?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, that no matter how ready you are, it's the theory. And so it's just people telling you something in your ears.
This is very interesting what she's saying, you know,
like you see,
what you're saying, because
no matter
it's like
what, we hear stories, our parents, you know, tell us stories. We've seen our parents. You know, for me, I'm coming from a broken marriage, and so I've seen things. But you know, these are parents who will still tell you that you're getting to a stage in your life where you should consider marriage, or somebody can come to you and ask of your hand in marriage. You would hear all those things, the bits of advices here and there, but it still doesn't make sense. It's just the theoretical aspect of it. Until you land yourself a spouse and you are going to live together. Even after marriage, when you're living apart, you still haven't experienced it until the both of you live under one roof and begin to explore certain things amongst or between yourself. You still haven't had any, you know, experience. It's just the theory that came to mind.
So then, what is marriage for you right now that you know marriage? Like, can you give us some?
Marriage is an interesting institution because